Greetings everybody, this is Winnie Wriggle and welcome back to Direwolf20's 1.16 mod pack. We're in episode 11 and I'm down in the nether hunting this stuff. That is ancient debris. It is time for us to up our game in terms of a mob farm. And we're gonna finally put all of those spawners that I found in the dungeon to use. In order to do that, and some of the crafting that's required for the machines I want to use, we need ancient debris. This stuff is a little difficult to find. So I've got 4 pieces so far. I had about 10 back at the base from my first round of mining, and I will tell you that our flux bore makes this a whole lot easier. But I think we have enough ancient debris to do the crafting that we need to, so let's head back to the base. And we're back with all of our goodies. Now, the ancient debris, what we really need are netherite scraps for the recipe we're interested in. And the best way to get those is to put them in an enrichment chamber, and you get 2 netherite scrap per ancient debris. I just happen to have made an enrichment chamber for other things, so let's go put our netherite in that. While we're headed down here, I'll talk about what we're actually going to craft. We are going to use the spawners that we found in the dungeon, but in order to kill the mobs, we're going to make some machines from Industrial Foregoing. Let's throw our ancient debris in the enrichment chamber, and for each one, we will get 2 netherite scraps. What do we need those for? Glad you asked. What we want to make is a mob crusher. And you might think, oh, that doesn't look very complicated, except this advanced machine frame. You get it. It requires 2 netherite scraps for each frame, and we make it in a dissolution chamber. Not only that, we have to have a simple machine frame, which is also made in a dissolution chamber, this time just for more reasonable materials like plastic, nether brick, iron, and gold. However, the second component to making the advanced machine frame is right here in the middle, and that is pink slime is a required ingredient in order to make this machine frame. Where do we get pink slime? We get it when we use a mob slaughter factory to kill mobs. So that's the first step on our mob farm journey. That is to make a mob slaughter factory, set up all the spawners, and get some pink slime so we can get to crafting other things. So let's retrieve our netherite scraps. They're very precious. And let's go take a look at our project box. Okay, here are some of the items we're going to need for our projects today. I'm going to take the Industrial Foregoing manual in case we need to refer to it. I already had 20 netherite scraps from my previous mining, so that brings us up to 28, which is great. We need an Xnet controller, a bunch of connectors, and some red network cables. Just like we used Xnet to set up our power system, we're also going to use it to manage our mob farm loot collection. The other thing we need is a place to hold all of the drops we will eventually get for the mob farm. So we're going to use storage drawers and a drawer controller for that, anticipating the fact that we'll eventually hook it up to a storage network. Some of the things that we're going to get from the mobs are liquid. So we're bringing a couple of quantum tanks. The quantum tanks are from Quantum Storage, and their recipe is not terrible. It's just a bunch of iron, which we happen to have. We also need some energy cables to power things and a stone cutter in case we need to finish decorating. In the crafting table, I've also put some of the materials we're going to need to actually craft the blocks we're interested in. And over here on the left-hand side are the list of things we want to craft today. Now let's take a look and craft the mob slaughter factory. This is the block that is going to get us the pink slime that we need to craft the other blocks from Industrial Foregoing. So the first thing we need to do is make a pity machine frame, which is just redstone, iron, and wood. Yay! And then the actual mob slaughter factory is just plastic, which we've been making all along. I went ahead and crafted some gold gears, and then a couple of iron axes and a couple of iron swords. So there is our mob slaughter factory, the first step. The other thing we're going to need to make and add to our latex processing area is a dissolution chamber. Let's go ahead and make one of those. It also requires a pity machine frame. And in fact, I'm going to make 2 of them because some of the recipes require fluid latex and some of them require pink slime. So let's go ahead and make 2 dissolution chambers so that we can manage those separately. Let's go to our brand new mob farm area which is down one more level on the ravine, right next to where we set up our immersive engineering. Ta-da! Mob farm! So I have used the beautiful scoria and dark scoria from Create in order to make this. The black and white blocks are just to show you how tall the structure is and how big it is inside. We'll remove these in just a second. It is a 9x9 interior, and we will also be using some immersive engineering items to control our lighting to turn on and off the mob farm. So first, let's set up our lighting so that we know we can turn the mob farm on and off. And I'm going to do this using the redstone wires and wire connectors from immersive engineering. So they're wire connectors, a breaker switch, some redstone wire coil, and if we need more redstone lamps, we have them. The way this works is you set down a redstone connector on every lamp that you want to actually send a redstone signal to. Now we want to make sure that these are outputting a redstone signal. So you take the engineer's screwdriver, right click so you can access the UI for each of these redstone wire connectors and simply click to select output. So we're going to do that for each of these. Because again, we want it to actually produce a redstone signal to turn on and off the lamps. So we'll need one more wire connector. Now we want to hook all of these together. So we'll just simply string them together so that all of them are on the same redstone circuit, just like you would run redstone between them. And then we're going to use the breaker switch to actually send a redstone signal to those wires. So I'm putting it down here so I can reach it from down here, but we'll activate it from up here. So when we flip our breaker switch, ta-da, all of our lights go on. Now let's check inside the mob farm to be sure there are no spawnable areas. We do that by using the light level overlay, selecting F7. So as long as we don't see any red or yellow X's in here, once we break all these torches, we're good to go. That is plenty of light to keep mobs from spawning if we set a bunch of spawners in here. And that is very important because we do always want to be able to turn off our mob farms. Now that we have our lighting taken care of, let's set up our storage area. We're going to be using the drawers from storage drawers. And the way we do this is we set down a drawer controller in the middle, and whatever drawers touch that within 16 blocks up, sideways, and down, that controller can control all of those drawers. That will become very important once we hook this up to a storage network. And I think that's probably good for now. Let's make sure we have some light up here to keep things from spawning. Okay, that's storage. Let's talk about the actual block that's going to be doing the mob slaughtering initially. We're going to set our mob slaughter factory back here. Most Industrial Foregoing blocks place with the front side away from you. So this is the back of the machine. The front side is the black spinny side. Right now, if we right click it, we can turn on show working area. And you can see that it's only working in a 1x3 block. We absolutely want to put an upgrade in this machine so that it's working in a 9x9 area. So let's go make one of those. So here are the range tier add-ons. I believe each tier increases the range by 1 block in all directions. So this would be a 3x3, a 5x5, a 7x7. A tier 4 should be a 9x9. And it looks like we're going to need to use the Dissolution Chamber to make one of these. And that's fine. That'll be easy to do. So let's go set that up. Iron nuggets, redstone, and glass. So we're going to set up our Dissolution Chamber over here near our latex processing unit, because this will be an easy way to get liquid latex into our Dissolution Chamber. Oh, you can see it's been happily producing rubber for us to make more plastic. We're going to leave that in there for now so that we can use some of this latex. The machines, as I mentioned in a previous episode, have the ability to push and pull items to different sides. So the fluid latex is the white control, and we want to send fluid latex out the back, and we want to push. And are we getting latex? We are! Isn't that amazing? Now we just need power, which we can do by adding another pipe for power there. Now we have latex and power in our dissolution chamber, and we can make our tier 4 range upgrade. Okay, so that's 4 iron nuggets, 2 pieces of glass, and 2 redstone. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 glass, 2 redstone, and there it goes. Yay, a range 4 upgrade. While we're here at our dissolution chamber, let's go ahead and make the simple machine frame that we know we need to craft here. So it's 2 plastic, 2 nether brick, 2 iron ingots, and a gold gear with a pity machine frame. So, pity, plastic, nether brick, iron, gold gear. Should get us a simple machine frame. Woohoo! So that is the dissolution chamber from Industrial Foregoing. Now let's go check and be sure that that range upgrade is the right size for our mob farm. Please be big enough, tier 4 range upgrade. So we have the visible area shown. We just add the upgrades over on the right hand side. Let's see what we get. Yeah, that looks like it. Excellent. So we can turn that off. Now, this machine will need power, and it will produce, I believe, pink slime and liquid meat. Now that we have our mob slaughter factory placed, let's run downstairs and hook it up to power. I've already run cabling from our tree oil system over here. So all we have to do, this is our mob slaughter factory above me. So we'll put a power cable and connect it up, and that should get power. Woohoo! Now let's go grab some spawners and pick out which ones we want to use. Okay, I've grabbed every single spawner that we have, so I have an inventory full of cardboard boxes. What's this one? Oh, that's a blaze spawner from the nether. I think we definitely want that one. That is another one of the wacky skeleton ones. There's a creeper. We definitely want that one. Okay, what's this one? Skeleton. That seems like a good one. Another creeper. Well, it can't hurt to have too many creepers, right? Another one. Oh, you're a special zombie. That might be good. I know I have an Enderman spawner in here somewhere. That's actually the other one that I want to make sure we select. It's like playing the spawner lottery. Where's the Enderman? Special skeleton. A lot of those. Looks like regular zombie. Let's do that one. You are Enderman. Yeah. Okay. You're definitely going in here. Okay, that is 9 spawners. I think that's good and sufficient. Let me put these other ones away. Clean this up. Close up the farm. Oh, and maybe make some ethereal glass so that we can see in while things are happening. So this is a block that blocks light and we can walk through, but mobs cannot. And that is very important in a mob farm. This is a wonderful recreation of a block from Extra Utilities. So to make dark ethereal glass, we need dark glass and an eye vendor. Now let's make some dark glass, which is just coal and glass. We stick our coal and some glass in here. Let's make 24 dark glass. Now we need some eyes of ender, and we make those with ender pearls and blaze powder. Like so. Put them in the middle, and we put our dark glass around, and we get, 24 dark ethereal glass. Let's go set this up in the mob farm. So now we can make a doorway for us out of this glass. And we can pass in and out of it, but mobs cannot, and it blocks light. So let's also put an access panel back here, the same thing, out of glass in case we need to hop in and see what's going on. Okay, so we're gonna leave the blaze for last here. I'm gonna shift click all the cardboard boxes off of here. And the blaze. Might have to keep cardboard boxes on stock for them, because they don't obey the light rules as well as other mobs. And now if I turn off the lights, we should get, look, there's a lot of mobs in there. Hi. Okay, let's turn on the mob slaughter factory. Oh, it should be. It's already full of liquid meat and it's getting pink slime. So you can see the mobs are in there and then they are killed momentarily. So now let's set up our liquid management down here using Xnet. Okay, we have our Xnet controller, which needs power. So I'm going to go ahead and set it next to our power cable. It also needs an Xnet connector so that it's connected to the system. The mob slaughter factory needs an Xnet connector. Bring cables down. And let's go ahead and set up our 3 quantum tanks. We're going to be storing the liquid meat and the pink slime from the mob slaughter factory, and then the mob crusher will produce liquid XP. So that's the other item that we need to store in liquid form. So we put liquid meat in this first one. Okay, we're going to create a fluid channel. So go to Xnet Fluid, create, and we want to extract from the mob slaughter factory, insert to 237 is the one I was standing on. And that should, yeah, 6,000 millibuckets of liquid meat. All right. Now when I use a bucket on this, I should only get pink slime. Yes, so we'll prime the next quantum tank with pink slime. And we'll tell this to extract and insert into 237. Let's do another fluid, extract, insert. Now we have 3,000 buckets of pink slime. Look at how much that stores. What even is that number? 2 million buckets. I don't think we're ever going to have liquid storage issues. Okay, so we're getting the liquid meat and the pink slime, and what we need is a bucket of the pink slime to do some crafting across the way with our other Industrial Foregoing machines. Go take a nap and go do some crafting to make our mob crusher. Okay, we're back over at our dissolution / latex area. This time we want to set down our other dissolution chamber so that we aren't mixing things. And we'll just stick it right here so that it also has power, but this one needs pink slime. And I think we could just right click and that dumps the pink slime. Yes, excellent. Okay, and we want to craft the advanced machine frame, which is the simple machine frame, a couple of pieces of plastic, those 2 netherite scraps that were so important at the beginning of the episode, a diamond gear, and some gold. So here we go. The machine frame we made in the other machine, 2 pieces of plastic, 2 netherite scraps, 2 gold, and a diamond gear. Oh, we must have gotten it right because it started crafting. I can't wait because the mob crusher is when we start getting the drops from the mob, not just XP, but all of the useful things that we can use in our storage drawers. Advanced machine frame, yay! Now when we go to craft our mob crusher, we have everything we need, including the advanced machine frame. Woohoo, mob crusher! This is the block that I've been looking forward to. This means we get bones and ender pearls and all the things. Yay. Remember earlier in the episode when we set up the storage drawers we're going to use for the mob drops, we set up a drawer controller so that it has control over all of these things. This is where the drawer key and the quantify key are going to come in handy. So the drawer key can be used to lock all of the drawers. See that little lock symbol? And if you use the drawer controller, it locks and unlocks all of them simultaneously. Okay, we are locking all of those drawers for a very important reason. Okay, that's awkwardly in the corner, but that's all right. It'll be fine. We want to hook up an Xnet connector to the storage drawer controller because we're actually going to use Xnet to move items from the mob crusher that's going to be right here. So let's set the mob crusher down. First, let's turn off our mob farm. Ta-da! And put down our mob crusher like so. And leave a place for power. Like that. This is going to be very ugly right now. We will clean all this up later. We just want the setup. Oh my god, it's really going to be ugly. That's all right. So much dire wire. I don't know whether to be proud or not. Whew, okay. And then we want to, we need to put a connector on the mob crusher and then use Xnet cables to connect it over to the rest of the Xnet system. Like so. Now we want to also connect using Xnet cables here. And again with this is just going to look so bad. I don't even know what to say about that. It's fine. It's totally fine. We'll fix it later. Oh, it's terrible. Okay. Let's go back over to our controller. And what we want to do is two things. We want to set up a new liquid or fluid circuit from the mob crusher to the third barrel. So we say fluid create. Mob crusher, extract, third unused barrel, insert. Now we want to take items from the mob crusher and put them into the storage drawers. So we can do that because we put a drawer controller down. We want to create a new item channel. Item, create, where we are creating an extract. And we're going to make this a blacklist, which means everything that comes out of this mob crusher can go into the storage drawers. But I'll show you how we're going to control that in just a minute. And then we want to insert everything into the storage drawer. We'll also use the blacklist mode for this. The only things we want to stop moving would be specific items that we want to delete or void. Oh, we also need to make a range upgrade for our mob crusher because it also is only going to perform in a 1x3 area until we give it an upgrade. So let me go make another one of those tier 4 upgrades for our mob crusher. Okay, we right click and put the upgrade in. And there is a much better area of effect for our mob crusher. Now let's turn it on and see if it works. Not running. Apply redstone. Running. Excellent. Okay, the crusher's running. Let's get rid of our blaze box cover. Hide the working area. And turn on the farm. Oh, and you can, oh, look at all the stuff we're getting. Okay, and we're going to go down to our storage, over to our storage drawers and set up drawers to hold each of the items that stack. So for example, as soon as I put a blaze rod in here, all other blaze rods will be allowed through the system via Xnet. See, now we get 3. Same thing is true for the creeper drops. Zombie flesh. Arrows. Rib bones. Bones. So I'll check back periodically to see if there are any additional drops that we get. But right now, like, I'm excited. We already got back the 3 ender pearls I spent on the Ethereal Glass. The beauty of Industrial Foregoing is not only does the mod have incredible blocks for dealing with mobs and their drops, we will also in the future be able to spawn specific mods like wither skeletons, blazes, zombies, squid, slime, pink slime, you name it, and if we can capture it in an Industrial Foregoing mob capture tool, then we can spawn it using their spawning mechanisms. So we'll be able to get away from using the vanilla spawners in the future. But with the successful creation and completion of our mob farm, I think that's everything we have time for today. Thank you all very much for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, leave a like. It helps me out and I appreciate it. If you'd like to keep up with what's going on the channel, don't hesitate to subscribe. And remember, as always, you are the shiny stuff that awesome is made of. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.